Hello and welcome to Console Accessories. I hope you're staying safe and I hope you're looking after each other. And as I always say, bit of a distraction from the outside world, shall we? And if you haven't guessed by the introduction, we're going to be looking at accessory for the Switch and the Switch Lite. And it is this. It's the enhanced wireless controller from PowerA with the Animal Crossing theme on it. Okay, so I've been playing for this for a couple of days and I've reboxed it just to show you what it's like. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a look around the box. We're going to go and have a look around the controller, and we're going to see the pros and the cons of this controller. And if you stick around, there's two glaring problems with this controller that I want to ask you whether you think that's an issue. It could stop you from buying these two issues, so we'll get to those in a bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be comparing it to this. This is an official Pro controller. I have changed the shell to be a subtle see-through purple. You can change the shell on your controller if you want to. It's dead easy. I'll leave a link above on how to do that, but this is a Pro controller and we're going to compare it to that. So this, how much is it? You can get this in the UK for £35 or in the US for $50. And the reason why I wanted to compare it to this was because this costs £60 in the UK and $70, so quite a bit more. So I'm going to tell you the pros and the cons between the two and see whether you think you want to pay £25 or $20 more to get this than this one. Okay, so let's go through the box. Enhanced wireless controller, officially licensed, made by PowerA, and it has two advanced gaming buttons, Animal Crossing theme as we expect, and it all works with the Switch and the Switch Lite. And on the side, bit of branding with the two colours, and on the side there with the main man KK slider. Now, there is another version of this where it's a green and these buttons are more green and it has Timmy and Tommy on there, but I just prefer KK, so I got this one. And then on the back, a little bit of how to use it with these special buttons and a grid on the enhanced wired and the enhanced wireless version of this controller, and a bit of gumph in all the European languages because this is the European version, and it tells you that you can use wireless motion controls and it uses Bluetooth. Okay, so let's crack on and open it up. And inside there, a bit of plastic, batteries. I use Eneloop batteries, rechargeable ones, and I bought that off Amazon and it cost me £20. Okay, so I'm going to go straight in with the first of the two negatives, and it's obvious, these batteries. For me, I don't particularly want to have to change batteries every time. Okay, so I haven't used these ones yet. I'll say I'm using my rechargeable one. So I have two on charge and two in here, and then when they change, I just swap them over. But I've got to pay another 15, 20 quid for some really good rechargeable ones. You could get cheap chargeable ones, but they won't last very long. So what do you think? Is having batteries an issue? Because with the Pro controller, I just plug it in. I just have a USB-C sat on there. So I just have my controller sat on my desk, and every time I'm using it or not using it, I just plug it in and away it goes and charges, and I just leave it. With this, when it goes flat, it's gone and you need to change your batteries. And unless you want to spend out on some decent ones, you're going to have to keep buying batteries and keep replacing them. I don't know, what do you think? It is a lot cheaper, so £25 or $20 cheaper than that. So is that worth it to pay the extra to not have batteries? It would have been nice if this had a built-in battery here. Okay. And then it comes with some instructions on how to do it. So we'll just throw them out there. So that's my first issue, but I'm going to leave the batteries over there. We've talked enough about that. Okay, so let's go on. Let's go on to a positive, the way it looks. It's lovely, isn't it? So got a nice green there, and I don't know if the camera's picking this up. This is quite a lot lighter green, so I'll compare it to my Switch Lite. So if you've got a Switch Lite turquoise, it's a lot lighter than this one. So it's a very light green, and there's a pattern on there with brown all bits and then kind of like caramel bits underneath. caramel coloured bits underneath your thumbsticks, and then the picture of KK there. So I'm going to show you the close-up of this. Ooh, get it in focus, there we go. Okay, so that's a nice little detail there, isn't it? And it carries all the way around. But on the back, it's plain. So the detail literally stops there. So the detail is literally just on this top bit. You see that? It would have been nice for you to carry it around, but I can see why they've done it. It's just so they can print this and put it on. And then on the back, the 3 buttons here, which I'll talk about in a minute, they're all the same colour as those. And the green. And then on the bottom, your 4 LEDs to show you which one you're connected to as player 1, 2, 3 or 4. Okay, connecting it is dead simple. You literally put the batteries in, you press that button, and that starts to flash, and then on your Switch or Switch Lite, you go into controllers. In fact, you might not have to go into controllers, it might pick it up automatically, but if it doesn't, go into controllers and it will find it for you, and then you do your usual pressing of them 2 and you're in. Dead easy to set up. Okay, so what I want to do as well is compare it to this one. So the size-wise, virtually identical. In fact, pretty much identical. With the Pro Controller, it's 3 pieces, so 1, 2, and 3, whereas this is just all 1 piece on the top there. And then another piece there, which this doesn't have. That's another piece there. And when you're holding them, there's a real difference in weight. So let's get it weighed. So this is 246 grams. This, put the batteries on as well, is 205. So it's 40 grams less, and you can really feel that. It feels a lot lighter. But having said that, I've not had an issue with the weight of this. I think this feels like a good weighty product. And if I shake it, and I'm going to be quiet here so you can see if you can hear this. Okay, not too bad. And if I shake this, if you see if you can hear this. There's your difference. It's a lot louder, so there's a lot more shaking parts in there. It doesn't feel as good, a gooder quality in the hand as this one. But you'd expect that because this is more expensive, isn't it? Okay, so like I said, on the back on there, we've got some of these special buttons, which is a huge bonus over this one. These are great. So what you do is to program it, you can press that, and then you can program these two to be any of the face buttons on here, okay? So all you would do is you would press this to program it, then you would select which buttons. You can have A, B, X, Y, L and R, ZL, ZR, L, L3 and R3, up, down, left and right on the D-pad. Press that. Let's say I wanted this one to be A, so I press that, then I press A, then I press that, then that would be A. So you can do it on the fly. So press that, and then press Y, and then press that. So that button then would be Y, and that one would be A. And then when you're playing, you can have A and Y on the buttons there. So you can press at the back there, you can press this. Really helpful if, certainly for fast-paced games or for games where you constantly seem to be pressing a button. It's just handy to have that on there, and you can change it on the fly really, really quickly, which is great. Okay, so the Pro Controller doesn't have that, which it would be a really nice addition. It's just really nice to have them on there. This, as we looked on the box earlier, it has the motion controls, which is great. It doesn't have infrared on it at all, and it doesn't be able to have, you can't put amiibos on this. That's not too much of an issue for me. There is an issue with rumble. This doesn't have HD rumble. Okay, so a lot of people really like to have this, and this the haptic feedback, the rumbling on this is brilliant. It's far better than any other controller I've ever held, the rumbling on this, and it's superb. This has none of it. So if you're someone who doesn't like rumble and you always turn it off, it's a good solution to have this one. But literally nothing, you can't turn it on. So if you do like it, you're not having it. Okay? So, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the more expensive one that has the rumble and the charging on there? Or do you prefer this one that looks quite cool with a bit of branding. It's lighter, it's got the extra buttons, but it's got the double A's and it doesn't rumble. Which one for you? Let me know. Let me in the comments below if you've got one of these, because I know PowerA have done a lot of these versions, all different colours, all exactly the same, with all the same buttons and the face buttons and controllers and stuff. So let me know if you've got one and what you think, because for me, it feels really nice, and I think this is a great alternative for this, if you can get over the fact that it has batteries and rumble. So all the buttons are nice to press. Feels a bit hollow and a bit, but you're going to expect that, aren't you? But having said that, it feels really nice. So which one for you? Do you really like Animal Crossing? Do you really like KK Slider so much you have to get this? Because it really does look good. But just like I was saying, there's two issues for me. I'm not sure. But let me know in the comments below what you think. And if you've got one, let me know in the comments below if you've got one of these, if you've got one of the old PowerA ones of a different colour. Let me know. Let me know if you've got a Pro controller and what's your favourite feature on it. Okay, so if you've got any questions, let me know in the comments below. I'll happily answer them for you. And do let me know if you're going to pick one of these up. I'll be really interested to hear. Okay, thanks very much. That's it for the Enhanced Pro Controller from the PowerA. And until the next video, stay safe, look after each other, thumbs up from the video, do subscribe around here, and bye-bye.